Alright, here's a video review for Iron Factory's IF-EX41 SONICWAVE, their version of Soundwave. And here he is in what we're calling a cassette tape mode player, alt mode. He does have R and L on his feet, which I think is cool for the left and right speakers. Although you can see the back is just kind of his arms folded back, his guns. I've got him sitting like this at a slight angle because it kind of holds him up straight, because you can either have him facing downward like this, which tilts them forward a little bit. I think that's a little bit more preferable to if you flip these over. You can see they come up about to the top here, so it's not like they're poking up out of the front, but it takes away some support if you want to display him sitting in deck mode. Although sitting at an angle isn't horrible, but he does sit at an angle without those supporting him because of how everything else works. There's just nothing there to hold him up. He does have an opening cassette door. Some of that's transformation to allow this to flip around, and then to plug in here, but I feel like they probably could have engineered this to not need that tape door to open, because you can see there's no space in there. There's no cassette that's going to come and fit inside of him. But the cassette door does open. So yeah, that's it. He's a brick. There is an alternate vehicle mode, which we'll go ahead and take these off here. Bring the legs. These panels untab. They're tabbed on here, and they slot into the side up here. But fold that down. And you want to rotate these so the wheels are on the outside. The feet come up and kind of slot up into there. This panel comes up. Rotate this around like that. The hands, even like I've got his open hands in here. He comes with closed hands, which are slightly smaller, but even they don't prevent. They don't, even with the closed hands, you can't fold these up. They don't fold in all the way, and none of them will allow these panels to sit flush, so I just leave the open hands in there so he can grab his weapons, because it doesn't really change anything about his alt mode. I'll bring this down here like this. Actually, you want this to come up. Here we go. Lift this up like this. This comes up here for his truck mode. This actually folds back like that. And it should cover his head there like that. But it's basically just pointing his arms back like this. You can kind of, however you want to get these out of the way here. These fold up. These rotate around, and then they tab right here under the piece of the wheel. There's like a little tab here on the back of the wheel piece. So you get that lined up. Tab it on. Again, do the same thing with this leg over here. Bring the foot up. Or just twist it off the ball joint. Oh well, whatever. There's a ball joint there at the foot. As you can see, there is a little tab here that will let the legs peg together. Like that. Bring this around, rotate this around like this, like that, and plug it into the wheel here. Like I said, these is kind of, you do want to have these open up so the hands can hide, but they're not going to sit super flush, especially if you want the cannons on here. So you can rotate them. Nope, not like that. Oh no, these should go down like this, because these tab on. They do peg on right here to lock into place. And then again, rotate it. There, you got to have the hands in a certain position, because you can't have them too far open, because right here is where the guns plug on. And there's a little peg hole here at the front of the gun that just goes on this post on each side. Like that, and that essentially is his vehicle mode here, which is okay. It's kind of a little rolly truck. His wheels do roll, so there is that. But you know, there's the picture of it. It's just kind of a boxy truck. So by that standard, I do think of the two alt modes he's got, the cassette tape player probably is the better of the two. But if you want him to roll around like this, he can. And then for robot mode, it's a fairly simple shot from here. Unpeg the arms, bring them out to the side here, just like that. Fold the fist all the way out, and then this little panel does actually plug into the wrist to lock it in place. You can swivel because the hands are removable. I'll lift this piece up, open up the thing, and you can flip his, kind of push it and flip his robot head up. And once that robot head's up, you can see there's a little slot here that that plugs into. Untab this panel here from the wheel, rotate it around, fold it down to the leg, same over here. Untab it, rotate it, come on, rotate. There we go, the right way. Unpeg the legs, bring these, rotate them, hinge them around like this, out, and then fold them up, because you're going to want, I'll bring the whole body down like this. You'll want this tab facing up on the shoulder like that. So the wheel comes in, this piece just folds up here like this. The wheel folds in against the spine piece, and you want this tab facing up because that's where his shoulder cannon will latch onto. So fold that up and up like that. Bring his arms down, rotate him around at the waist here. I'll flip this panel down first. There's a little panel that covers those buttons. But rotate him around at the waist, bring his foot down on that hinge and back to support him. And then flip up his shoulder pieces. And there is SONICWAVE in robot mode. He does have his shoulder cannon. It is on a hinge. You can see there's a little angle bit there, so plug that in right here. And it can kind of angle up and down a little bit there. Like that. And then flip out the handle on this gun. And unfortunately, like, there's no real place to store this that I found in either of his alt modes. Unless you want it just like sticking up off like an antenna off the top of his cassette mode. But you can plug that onto the tip there and have him hold it, and there he is. He's got a ball joint at the neck, ball joint there in the shoulder, bicep swivel, a hinge elbow. He does have a wrist swivel. You can pop his hands off. Again, I'm not going to swap out hands tonight. He does come with several. He comes with the closed fist hands, and he's got a couple open hands, and he does have a finger, one right hand with his finger, left hand with his finger extended for his eject button up here, so you can have him posed. Kind of, you can't really get his finger up there, but he does come with the hand for it. Ball joint hip, thigh swivel, dual hinge knees, hinge here and here, and then a ball joint and a hinge there at the ankle. He does come with, on top of the extra hands, he does come with the alternate, if you want to give him his little energy charge up blaster hand. He does have that as well. And he also does come with, if you want him to hold it, I left it on the table behind me. Let me turn around and grab it. He does come with a Megatron pistol. But again, you can take this piece off, put it through his hand, and then plug this piece back on the bottom. So it looks like he's holding Megatron. Megatron does not want to be let go of. He's like, no, I haven't caused enough destruction yet. It's fine, Megatron. You'll get your chance. And speaking of Megatron, here he is with Iron Factory's Tyrant. Just to give you an idea of the size of him. A little smaller than Meg's, as he should be. And just because, again, since I have him out here from the Blaster video review, here he is with the Netflix Soundwave, just to give you an idea, about waist height. But yeah, like I said, an okay-ish cassette tape mode, questionable truck mode, whatever he wants to be, but a nice looking robot mode for SONICWAVE is what they're calling him, from Iron Factory. But there is IF-EX41 SONICWAVE.